time, the Redcoats were there not to bury Washington, but to praise him. It was George Washington himself who came up with the idea of a presidential library, suggesting that it might be a good thing to find a safe place to store his public papers. 2 centuries later, it's finally happened.
Well, the documents let us see the man for who he was, I think.
His collection of books, for example, not the lofty library of a philosopher-scientist like Thomas Jefferson, but of a man who left school at the age of 10.
It's of a man that really is trying to educate himself in things that are useful for him. So the largest portion of his library is agricultural books and books on politics and history, as we might imagine. And so some of the surprising things about Washington, though, is he has books on polite letters, he has books on satire, poetry.
Washington is a godlike figure in the United States, the man who led a rebel army to victory over the world's superpower of the time, who could have been president for life if he wanted, but decided to step down for the good of the country. But finding insights into the mind of George Washington isn't so easy. His wife Martha burned her husband's letters. Only 3 of them survive. But there are still tantalising clues, like his handwritten notes in his copy of the American Constitution.
He wrote down next to the powers of the presidency, presidency. So he's basically annotating his job description as he thought through what would be the powers of this new office. Is it going to be like a king, or is it going to be something else? And so there's a moment we can try to get at the man.
As the library doors opened for the first time, across the Potomac, the US Congress was still locked in a bitter partisan battle that threatens to shut down the American government. What would he think of what's going on in that house today?
Oh, I think he'd be frustrated by it, as many Americans are. I think he's a nonpartisan figure, elected unanimously as president, stood above party, and he really would like people to figure out a way to compromise.
Ben Knight, ABC News, Washington.